is Dasha Ilina. I'm an artist. Recently, I've been saying techno-critical artist a lot because I feel like even though it's a term I don't usually hear, it's what describes what I do the best. So I tend to use kind of DIY and low-tech practices in order to question why we want to implement technology so much in our lives. So Advice Well Taken is a project, like you said, that I did while doing my EMAP residency at Impact. The goal of the project was to look at basically different kinds of knowledges that we all have around the way that we understand technology. And understanding technology can also mean misunderstanding technology. So I wanted to document what I've been calling techlore, which are these kinds of mythologies or folklore stories that we have around technology. So this can be something as simple as thinking that our smartphones listen to us or can even detect our brain waves or something like this in order to then send us targeted advertisements. I spent a few months collecting these stories, doing interviews with people, all sorts of people, basically anyone who agreed to do it, in order to collect as wide of a range as possible of these stories. The installation itself is presented through a DVD so that the viewer has kind of agency over what they're going to see. So you have 75 clips that are extracted from the interviews that I've done, presented with this kind of DVD menu. So when you come into the space, you can have the DVD player remote and just choose whichever clip you want to see. There is also a publication that came out of this project on which I worked with Supisar Burapachaizi, who was my collaborating artist. So you can also see this publication in the space and leaf through it and also kind of use it as a guide for the videos. And there's also a wallpaper which kind of summarizes a few of the stories. And the last thing is that there are also postcards which are inspired by this website called WikiHow, which I've always loved and was kind of an inspiration for me for this project as well, because it's a space where a lot of people share their techlore or a lot of different tips and hacks about how to repair your technology or what to do when something breaks down. And most of them are quite useful and quite logical, but some of them are also very nonsensical. And so I wanted to bring that into the project as well. A lot of the stories are, of course, very funny. So I am in a way expecting that people will be laughing. So that's kind of the very first degree reaction. I mean, I'm not expecting that we're all going to go out and start taking things apart to try to learn what everything is made out of and how everything is coded. And I'm not expecting that, but I think there is a certain level of digital literacy which has been kind of not forgotten about, but has kind of gone into the background, has become less sort of important as the tools have become more complex over time. So I'm hoping that maybe we can all start to learn more about digital issues, especially when it doesn't even have something to do with as tangible as like my smartphone or my computer, but more so on a larger societal scale.